Marhaban bika ya akhi, marhaban biki ya ukhti. You're welcome, my brother or my sister. When you look at the board, you will see these two words. The first one is lakinna, and the second is lakin. These two words, when you recite the Quran, you will come across them being used in different verses. Sometimes you may be surprised and amazed that why is it that the first one carries shadda, while the second carries sukun without fatha, lakinna and lakin. And if you have been following our lessons, you would have learned that the word lakinna means but, and lakin also means but. Now, the word lakinna is different from lakin because of two or three reasons. The first difference you can see is that lakinna is carrying shadda with fatha and lakin is carrying sukun on the noun letter. The second difference is that lakinna, as we have taught it before in the link placed above, is among the subordinates, or what we call akhawatu inna, the sisters of inna. And in our previous lessons, I've told you that inna has a specific rule which is basically for it and its sisters. We said that inna is usually introduced into a nominal sentence. In Arabic, we call it jumlatun ismiya. What is a nominal sentence? You know our lessons, I would always love to break it to the simplest level so all of us could understand it. Now for you, the word, when we say jumlatun ismiya, a nominal sentence, an example of that is to say Aliyun zakiyun, which means Ali is clever. When I put the word inna into it, I will say inna aliyan zakiyun, which means indeed Ali is clever. You see, when I introduce the word inna, it's made the word Ali to carry fatha, it becomes aliyan. That is the work of inna. The same thing with lakinna, because lakinna is among the sisters of inna. Among the other sisters of inna is later, ka'anna, and the rest of them. Now the word lakinna and lakin, I want to quickly give you two sentences so you can spot the difference. The first sentence I want to give you, the sentences are similar. The first one, I will use the word lakinna by saying al-baytu qadimun, the house is old. Lakinna al-athatha jadidun, the house is old but the furniture is new. That's the first. The second sentence, using lakin, I will say al-baytu qadimun lakinil athathu jadidun, the house is new, is old, but the furniture is new. Spot the difference. The only difference you can see here is that when we use lakinna, the next word, which is al-athath, carried fatha, lakin al-athatha. But when we use lakin, the al-athath maintains its dhamma. This is very easy. This shows that lakinna, since it is among the sisters of inna, it changes the noun coming after it to fatha, to end it with fatha. While lakin will not do that. Summarily, lakin, when the word lakin is used instead of lakinna, the work of lakinna is abandoned. And what is the work? The work of lakinna is that when it is introduced into a nominal sentence, the noun of that sentence will be changed to carrying fatha, while the predicate, which is the qadim or the jadid, will be made to carry what? Dhamma. But when lakin is used, this work, this feature or quality of lakinna is dropped. Another major difference between lakinna and lakin is that lakinna can only be introduced into a nominal sentence, meaning lakinna can only appear before a noun. As for lakin, it can also appear even before a verb. Let me give an example for lakin appearing in both a noun and a verb. The first one I can say, using it with a noun, an example I will say, Hamidun zakiyun, lakin aliyun gobiyun. Hamid is clever, but Ali is what? Dull, not smart. This is with a noun because the word Ali coming after lakin, that is a noun. Linked with a verb, I will say, Safaro Abi, my father traveled. Lakin hadara ahi, but my brother is present. The word hadara is a verb and it is appearing after lakin. Can you see? This is to say that lakinna can never appear before a verb. And this is what we shall be discussing in this lesson of today. In addition to this lesson, we shall also discuss further dhalikum and dhalika or even dhaliki. The discussion about that will be based on the kaful khitab, the kaf of the second person. An example, if I tell you dhalika kitabun ya hamidu, this is a book, or that is a book, O Hamid. When I say that, that is a book, O Hamid. Dhalika here, the kaf there is referring to the book, Dhalika kitabun. I could also intend to say Dhalika kitabun by putting that kaf to represent you that I'm talking to. This shows that if you were to be many and I want to say that is the book, I could say Dhalika kitabun ya ikhwan, that is a book, O brothers. Or I would choose to say Dhalikum kitabun ya ikhwan. Dhalikum there, the kum there, it is referring to you all because you people are in plural form. This is not restricted to just males or females or to just males alone. Rather, it can be extended to the female. I can say Dhalika kitabun ya Fatima. That is a book of Fatima. Or I will say Dhaliki kitabun ya Fatima. The key there, now I'm trying to call the attention of Fatima to it. That's why it's the key. Dhaliki kitabun. So the two ways are correct. Dhalika kitabun ya Fatima or Dhaliki kitabun ya Fatima. If there are many females, I can say Dhalika kitabun ya Khawat. That is a book, oh sisters. Or I will say Dhalikunna kitabun ya Akhawat. This we shall also discuss it from our book. In addition to these two discussions that we have mentioned, we shall also talk about some words which come as a response and how they should appear when a verb is coming as a response to a request. And we have mentioned that request in Arabic language could come in form of prohibition, it could come in form of command, and it could also come in form of interrogation. We shall discuss this. And to crown these lessons up, we shall also discuss some of the masadir, the verbal nouns. Nouns which are formed from verbs, and how some of the words which we shall mention from this book we placed under each category. And if you are ready to learn, stay tuned and make sure you like, share with your friends so they also participate in these knowledge-based lessons. And do not forget to hit on the join button below to become a member of our channel to get members only perks. Now we are moving back to our book. Here we have Arafta Anna Lakinna min akhawati inna. You already know that Lakinna is among the sisters, the subordinate of Inna. They share the same rule. Takulu, you say Hamidun mujtahidun. Hamid is a hard-working person. Lakinna sadiqahu kaslanu. But his friend is lazy. Can you see? Lakinna sadiqa. Sadiqa. We say sadiqa because lakinna, he has to change it to fatha. Here he says, Ida khuffifat lakinna uhmila amaluha amala inna. When the word lakinna is lightened, when it is made to become light, because lakinna is heavy. Is it not heavy? It is heavy. When you change it to lakin, you have lightened it, you have made it to be light. It is no longer heavy. Uhmila amala inna. Uhmila amaluha amala inna. The work of inna that lakinna usually do by changing the next word to fatha, that work will be abandoned and will be neglected. It will no longer have such a power. And in addition to that, it will be able to be introduced into both nominal and verbal sentences as we have mentioned previously. An example, نحو, an example, جاء المدرس, the teacher came. لكن الطلاب ما جاءوا, but the students did not come. So you say لكن الطلاب. This is a nominal sentence. لكن الطلاب ما جاءوا. We did not say لكن الطلاب. No. If it was to be لكن, it would have been الطلاب. But here we are writing لكن, therefore it should be لكن الطلاب. So the next one, this is a verse from the Quran, Surah Maryam, chapter 19, verse 38. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, لكن الظالمون اليوم في ضلال مبين. But the oppressors, the transgressors, the wrongdoers on this day will be in plain loss. So لكن الظالمون. If it was لكن, it would have been لكن الظالمين. Do you understand? But لكن, it will maintain, the word will maintain its feature. It will still be with the marfu case, the nominative case, لكن الظالمون. Number 2, we have غاب علي. Ali was absent. لكن حضر أحمد. But Ahmad was present. So لكن is being used, and حضر, which is a verb, is coming after it. If you had used لكن, حضر cannot come in because it is a verb. وفي التنزيل, in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala even says ولكن لا يشعرون. This appears in Surah Al-Baqarah, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that ولكن لا يشعرون, but they do not feel it. They do not feel it. لكن لا يشعرون. So you have been able to learn how to use differently لكن and لكن. Now let's move on to the next subtopic, which is ذلكم خير لكم. This is a verse in the Quran. If you have recited the Quran often and often, and you understand a bit of the Arabic language, the usage of demonstrative pronouns like ذلك, tilka, and the rest of them, you may get confused when you come across verses like this in the Quran, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that ذلكم خير لكم. That is better for you. You will think, why is it not simply ذلك خير لكم? Because ذلك is for singular, خير. So ذلك خير لكم, that is better for you. This is correct. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is putting you into consideration because He is talking to us. So us are being put into consideration. Therefore, He replaced the ka there with the kum, which is for the generality of the second person, which is for second person plural. That is why He says ذلكم, just like that for you. ذلكم خير لكم is better for you. يجوز في كاف الخطاب في ذلك وتلك. It is allowed, permissible for the kaf of the second person in both ذلك and tilka. At tasarruf, it is permissible for it to undergo changes, for it to shift from second person singular, second person plural, second person singular male, second person singular female, feminine, and the rest of them. ومعنى التصرف, and when we say tasarruf, what it means, أن يراعى المخاطب, that the second person, the person you are speaking with or to, should be put into consideration. نحو, an example, you say لمن ذلكم الدفتر يا إخوان. Who owns that book, oh brothers? You could have simply said liman dhalika, but you're saying liman dhalikum because we are talking about ikhwan here, or to ikhwan. Next, aqra'ti tilka al-majallata ya tilki al-majallata ya Amina. Did you read that newspaper, oh Amina? You can simply say tilka al-majalla or tilki because you are referring to what? Ha, masha Allah. So this is what we have learned concerning dhalika and tilka. Next time when you see it, you don't get confused. The next one is, you see here, yaghfir lakum. He will forgive you. Huna yaghfir. The word yaghfir, why is it carrying sukun? Majzum, it is carrying sukun because of the request. Because in the previous verse, Allah says, Hal adullukum ala tijaratin tunjikum min adhabin alim. Should I inform you of a trade which will save you from the tormenting punishment? Then He mentioned tu'minuna billah. He mentioned that you believe in Allah. So that word believe in Allah, it is coming as aminu. Believe in Allah, that is a command. So if Allah is commanding to do something, what is the reward? Yaghfir lakum. He will forgive you. So because yaghfir is the reward, the answer, the response to that command, therefore it should carry sukun. That's why it's this yaghfir lakum dhunubakum. So ذلك لأن that is because تؤمنون في الآية السابقة in the previous verse بمعنى آمنوا, it means آمنوا, believe. So Yago Fair is carrying sukun because it's coming as what? A response. Now we have al-masadir, that is subject now, verbal nouns. The first one we have is iyadatun. Iyada means visit. Iyada is used for visitation to the sick person. And it is the masdar, the verbal noun from the word ada ya'ud. Ada means zar al-marid, he visited the sick person. If I say ada, it means he visited. But this visit is for the visitation that you do to the sick person, not the ordinary visit. So the word iyada is the verbal noun, which means visitation to the sick person. وَهُوَ عَلَى وَضْنِ فِعَالَ, and this is coming under the pattern of fi'ala. Iyada fi'ala. Here he's saying hatil masdar min al-af'al al-atiya ala wazni fi'ala. You have to form the verbal nouns from the following verbs under the pattern of fi'ala. The first one is darasa, which means he studied. It will be what? Dirasa. Dirasa means what? Learning, studying. The next is ada, iyada. Kataba, he wrote. Kitaba, writing. Zaro, he visited. Ziyaro, visitation. Qara'a, he read. Qira'a, recitation. Walada, he gave birth. Wilada, the act of giving birth. Rawa, he narrated. Riwaya, novel. Do you understand? MashaAllah, or narration. Next we have mudiyun. This is also another form of verbal noun coming under the pattern of mudiyun. This is the masdar of mado yamdi. Mado, he walked, he passed. Yamdi, he is passing. So mudiyun, the passage, the passing off. Wahu ala wadni fa'ul. And this coming under the pattern of fa'ul. Asluhu muduyun. The origin is muduyun. But because of the y is being removed to get mudiyun. Hati masdar hawa yahwi. You are now to bring the verbal noun of the word hawa yahwi ala hadal word on this pattern. So hawa yahwi huwiyun. MashaAllah. Now we have number 16, barnamaj. The word barnamaj means a program. Jam'uhu, the plural form of this is baramiju, programs. إذا جمع الاسم الذي حروفه خمسة أو أكثر على صيغة منتهى الجموع حذف ما زاد على الأربعة. When you place a noun into a plural form which is above 5 letters, and this is coming under صيغة منتهى الجموع, which I have talked about before, such a verb, whatever is added to the fourth letter will be removed. An example is Safaro Jalu. The word Safaro Jalu, which means queens, it will be Safariju. The word Ankabut, which means what? What is Ankabut? Spider bar. It will be Anakibu. That is the plural form. The word Andalib, which means what do you call it? Nightingale. Is it nightingale? Nightingale or nightingale. Such a word, the plural form will be Anadilu. And the word Mustashfa, hospital, the plural form is what? Mashaf. MashaAllah. So now we conclude, we see Tujma'u khati'a ala khotoya. Khotiya, which means mistake or sin, the plural form is what? Khotoya. Allahumma gfir lana khotoyana. May Allah forgive us our sins. So ijma' ila asma' al-atiya hadha al-jama'. The following words also come under the pattern of khotoya in the plural form. The first one is hadiyat. What is hadiyatun? Gift. So what is the plural form is what? Hadaya. The next one is matuyatun. Matuyatun means ma yurokabu. Animals which are being rode, which one can ride on. So it will be matoya, riding animals. Maziya, it means excellence, quality, attribute. Mazaya, attributes, excellence. Sariya, it means brigade. That is a troop of soldiers, some group of soldiers which have been sent for a particular purpose to fight. So Sariya, it will be Saroya. Shadhiya, it will be what? Shavoya. Shadhiya means what? A fragment of the bone, or a pigment, or a fragment of the bone, or a part of the bone, part of something which is being removed, fragment. So Shadhiya, Shavoya. Then Bariya means people. So Baroya, peoples. That is the generality of humans. You say, Alhamdulillahi khaliqil baroya. All praise belongs to Allah, the creator of the human race. The next is Zawiya. Zawiya means a corner. A corner. So Zawaya, corners. MashaAllah. Hatil fi'l alladhi istaqqa minhu ismu tabdil aw hana. You have to bring the verb where the superlative word now is being gotten from? The word awhan means the most fragile, most weak. So what the code mean mudari wal masdar, and you should bring the present tense and the masdar. Now the verb is wahana. The present tense is what? Yahinu, and the masdar is what? Wahnun. MashaAllah. اذكر أربع آيات ورد فيها هذا الفعل. You have to mention 4 verses where this verb comes. Or the derivatives of this verb. The first verse I will give to you, this verse is found in Surah Maryam chapter 19 verse 4. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, when Zakaria alayhi salam, prophet of Allah, he says, Rabb inni qad wahana al-azmu minni washta'ala ar-ra'si shayban walam akum bidu'aika rabbi shakiya. He said, inni qad wahana al-azmu minni. My bones have become fragile. My bones have become weakened. I'm now weak because of age. Washta'ala ar-ra'si shayban, and my hair has become gray. وَلَمْ أَكُمْ بِدُعَائِكَ رَبِّ شَكِيًّا, and I've never been disappointed of your praying to you. So the word wahana, inni qad wahana al-azmu minni. Another place Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has used the verse, in Surah Al-Imran, Allah says, وَلَا تَهِنُوا وَلَا تَحْزَنُوا. Do not relax, do not become weak. وَلَا تَحْزَنُوا, and do not be grieved, do not be sorrowful. وَأَنْتُمُ الْأَعْلَوْنَ. You people are the people have the upper hand in kuntum mu'minun, in kuntum mu'min, wa ta'alawna in kuntum mu'minin. Now, another place Allah says, وَلَا تَهِنُوا فِي ابْتِغَاءِ الْقَوْمِ. Do not relax in seeking the people, in seeking your enemies. Don't relax in getting them, fishing them out. وَلَا تَهِنُوا فِي ابْتِغَاءِ الْقَوْمِ. In ta'lamuna, in takunu ta'lamuna. If you are in suffering, or if you have suffered, فَإِنَّهُمْ يَعْلَمُونَ كَمَا تَعْلَمُونَ. They are also suffering just the way you have suffered. In another place, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Allah says, when he was talking about the parents, حَمَلَتْهُ أُمُّهُ وَهْنًا عَلَى وَهْنٍ. That the mother took the pregnancy of the baby weakness upon what? Weakness. So you can see the first word, Allah did it as what? The first place we mentioned that wahana, inni qad wahana azmu minni, my bones have become weakened. Another way he said wala tahinu, another way he said wala tahinu also, and next one he said what? Which verse did we mention lastly now? Naam, wahnan ala wahnin. And the first one is the verse that we have seen before. Inna awhanal buyuti Labaytul Ankabut. The most fragile of houses is the house of the spider. So lastly, we have Hatil Mudari, mean Anzara, Dayya'a, and Hatha. The present tense of these 3 words. The first one is Anzara, he warned. Yunziru, he's warning. Dayya'a, he wasted, he lost. Yudayya'u. Then Hatha, he encouraged. Yahuthu. With this, we come to the end of this lesson, and I hope you were able to benefit from this little lesson. If you do, make sure you like, share with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for frequent updates. Do not forget to hit on the join button to be part of our members to get exclusive membership contents. Until we meet again, jazakumullahu khairan. Wassalamu alaikum.